There is a mental state where fear stops having power over you, not courage, not pushing through it, not positive thinking, a state where your brain physically stops obeying the fear signal, even when everything around you says you should be terrified. The Spartans discovered it. They called it a phobia, and for 300 years they trained every soldier to enter it on command. Modern neuroscience just confirmed what it does to the brain, and once you understand it, you'll realize every technique you've ever tried was solving the wrong problem. Let me tell you about a guy named Marcus. 28 years old, project manager, smart, capable. The kind of person everyone around him thought had it together. But Marcus had a pattern. Monday, he decides to speak up in the team meeting. By Tuesday night, he's rehearsed it 17 times. Wednesday morning, he feels ready. Wednesday 10 a.m., sitting in the room. Someone else says it first. Marcus exhales, relieved, then hates himself for the relief. Job interview? He'd accept, then cancel 48 hours before. Ask for a raise. He'd have the argument prepared, then spend 3 months waiting for the right moment. The fear didn't feel like panic. It felt like reasonable hesitation. It felt like waiting until I'm ready. And here's what Marcus didn't understand. He wasn't managing his fear. He was obeying it. Every retreat, every cancelled interview, every swallowed sentence. He wasn't avoiding fear. He was feeding it. And a fed fear doesn't shrink. It promotes itself. Now, historians love telling you that 300 Spartans held the pass at Thermopylae against 100,000 Persians. What they skip is the question that actually matters. Why weren't they afraid? Same biology as you, same brain, same cortisol. They could see the Persian army filling the horizon. When a messenger warned them the Persian arrows would block out the sun, one soldier said, "Good, then we'll fight in the shade." That's not bravery. Bravery is feeling fear and acting anyway. That's something colder. The Spartans had a 3-step protocol, and the first step is the one nobody wants to hear. Fear is not a warning. Fear is a proposal. Your brain generates the signal and watches what you do. If you retreat, it logs it. This threat requires avoidance. The circuit gets stronger. If you advance, it logs it. This threat is survivable. The circuit gets weaker. The Spartans called this the agoge, not courage training. Fear starvation. Marcus tested it the next morning. His manager opened the floor for questions. The familiar wave came, throat tight, mind blank, that pulled towards silence. This time Marcus spoke before the fear finished its sentence. 4 words, barely a question. That evening, the next fear was slightly quieter. Just slightly. He thought, maybe this actually works. Then came day 4, and everything collapsed. His biggest client was in the room. His manager turned to him mid-presentation. Marcus walked them through the Q3 numbers. Unplanned, no preparation, 8 people staring. Marcus froze. 15 seconds of silence. He mumbled through it. The client noticed. That night, sitting in his car in the parking garage, "I'm not changing. This is just who I am." He was about to give up when he found the second principle. When Spartan warriors locked into formation, they were given one instruction that had nothing to do with fighting. Feel the shoulder of the man to your left. Research on combat stress found that physical contact during a threat response reduces cortisol by up to 40% and re-engages the thinking brain within seconds. The Spartans didn't know the science, but they had found the truth. When fear pulls you into your head, the fastest exit is through your body. Marcus built his version. Whenever the signal fired, feet flat on the floor, 3 slow breaths, 1 anchor before any decision. It worked, partially. The freeze kept returning under real pressure, until the third principle. In Spartan culture, a warrior didn't try to be brave. He was a Spartan, and Spartans advance. The identity made retreat structurally unthinkable. Research on behavior change confirms this. The strongest predictor of consistent action isn't motivation or willpower. It's whether the behavior feels like an expression of who you are or a performance of who you're trying to become. Performance exhausts. Identity runs automatically. Marcus stopped saying, "I'm working on my anxiety." He started saying, I'm someone who speaks before the fear settles. Different sentence. Different brain. 2 weeks later, same room, different client. His manager turned to him again, unplanned. His hands were cold, his throat tightened. He noticed both, and spoke before either finished their argument. Here is the full system. Starve the signal. Every retreat feeds it. Every advance weakens it. Choose the rep. Exit through the body. Feet, breath, one anchor. The body re-engages the thinking brain faster than thinking ever will. Restructure the identity. Stop performing courage. Decide who you are first. The identity makes the action automatic. Marcus isn't fearless. The signal still fires, but it no longer has authority over what he does next. That's a phobia. Not the absence of fear. The absence of fear's power over you. The Spartans built it 2,500 years ago, using the same brain you have right now. Subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what is the one situation where fear has been making decisions for you? Write it. Name it. That's the first rep.